Hi guys, my name is Brian Drolet. I'm originally from Queens, New York, so I'm super gangster. I thought maybe you should know who I am a little bit more. I'm always putting silly videos on the internet, and I think it's time, and that's kind of what this project is. It's a more emotional approach to filmmaking than I've done in the past. But with this film, I wanted to get personal. I wanted to explore some things that were maybe painful, but I wanted to tell a story and express what my soul was wanting to express at this time in my life. On this project, I wrote the script, produce, act, and co-direct. I actually found a drawing of Garfield that I did that apparently I drew when I was 3 years old. My mother made a note next to it. But I remember throughout my entire childhood, I was always drawing comic book characters. Whenever I should have been taking notes in school, I was really drawing. I loved cartoons, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, He-Man. I was always making animated flip books, creating my own comic book characters like Mudman. I created a character named Mudman. So all of my young years, I remember doing art. I always loved animation. You know, my first dream as a kid is I wanted to be an animator in Disney, and I wanted to animate their cartoons and live in Disney World. That was my big plan. I was always doing painting. My mother was actually an amazing artist. She taught painting classes out of the house, and I think that's where she was probably the first artist that inspired me, and I was like, whoa, this is amazing that you can draw and paint. So it was really cool to have a mother that kind of cultivated that. And my father wasn't an artist, but he always encouraged that and would take me to these art camps that I would go to, art contests. I was super into it growing up. But then I think it was 1994, Ace Ventura came out. My mother was sick my whole life, so the household was very tense. You know, when you live with somebody that's ill, it can be very sad sometimes. And that movie, I remember we watched as a family, and we lost it. I mean, we laughed so hard, and it was so therapeutic. That's when I really realized that laughter truly is the best medicine. And that's when I said, that's what I want to do in my life. I want to make funny movies. I want to do comedy. And Jim Carrey was such a huge inspiration to me growing up. Jon Favreau was another artist. Actually, behind me, this painting on the wall is all my favorite comedic actors, writers, filmmakers. It's got Owen Wilson, Will Ferrell, Ben Stiller. I love those guys. Jim Carrey, as I mentioned, Will Smith, who I also find incredibly inspiring and motivating, and I love his movies. Pursuit of Happiness, that's one of my favorite movies. Jerry Seinfeld, best sitcom of all time, Seinfeld. Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Vince Vaughn, Jon Favreau. Vince Vaughn, one of my favorite actors. Jon Favreau is my all-time favorite filmmaker, favorite director. I just think everything he does is amazing. He started the Marvel Universe. I always, since age 14 in my mind, I was gonna graduate college, and I was going to move out to Hollywood and pursue movies.